So you made some gumbo and you've got maybe a couple pints left over. Sure, you could make some white rice, reheat the gumbo, have a nice little lunch. But, you know, rice is a starch and ramen noodles are a starch. So I think we should make some gumbo ramen. Yeah, let's do that.
If you're in need of a saucy little gumbo recipe, check out my video from the other day. I've got roughly 2 pints of leftover gumbo, so my ratios are going to be based on that. If you're starting fresh, my recipe makes about 1.5 quarts or so adjust accordingly. We need gochujang, light miso, and soy sauce to transform our gumbo into something worth pairing for our ramen noodles. When you're at the final stretch of gumbo making, or when your leftovers are simmering, add in 1.5 tablespoons of gochujang, along with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Mix that in until the gochujang has been well distributed. For the miso, it's really helpful to mix that with a small amount of liquid first to help evenly incorporate it. Measure out 3/4 tablespoon of miso and mix it with a little liquid before pouring it into the pot. Taste this now to see where the dish is at and add more gochujang to your taste. You could soft boil an egg to go along with this for an even more intense ramen vibe, but I'm not going to today. I usually need to water this down a bit, as I want this to be soupier than a normal gumbo would be. This is going over noodles after all. Get a pot of water boiling for your noodles. These are just dry packaged ramen noodles. Somen would work great for this as well, or you could just take the noodles from a ramen packet and save the seasoning for another dish. Boil your noodles until they are fully cooked. These took about 3 minutes or so. Drain those bad boys and get your bowl ready. I like to put in the broth first, then the noodles, and then top it with some chicken, sausage, and veg. That way the meat stays on top just like any good bowl of ramen. Top that with some sliced scallion and get ready to legit be blown away. My wife told me this is what she wants to eat instead of chicken noodle soup when she's feeling under the weather. This bowl of noodles hits so hard. It's got all the flavor of a good gumbo transformed into something with a whole lot more depth. The soy and miso would be great on their own here, but the gochujang helps lift the entire dish into the spicy miso ramen territory. This thing is insanely delicious and you need to make it. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it and I hope you enjoy these videos. Subscribe and like the video if you enjoy what I'm doing here and consider becoming a patron like these amazing people do. Cheers!